Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. Meditation gathers energy when we meditate together. This week, we have Terry Doyle to lead us in meditation, and then we'll have a 20 minutes of silence. And after that, we'll open it up for sharing, and we'll end at 10:45. Over to you, Terry.
Thank you, Dan and Kirsty and everybody. And good morning, everybody. It's a delight for me to be here again and to share with you my own particular insights. And that's all they are. It's just my insights, if you like, from the course. I'm no more special than anyone else in this call here today. My path is meditation. I'm an oblate within a contemplative order, the World Community for Christian Meditation. And I find that my teachings and my understanding and experience through meditating at least twice daily over the last 27 years now reflects everything that I read in a course. You know, the core teaching from my own meditation community is just go into the silence, and the silence will teach you all you need to know. But we all understand that it's difficult to sit in silence and stillness for any length of time because of our wandering mind, the monkey mind, as it's known in the East. So my particular way is to use a mantra or to use a phrase from a course lesson, which can be used as a mantra. I apologize if you hear any background noise. There's a train that's currently running past my window, going to Teesport from Bulby Potash Mine up here in the northeast. I'm going to start with a prayer from the course, and then we're going to look at the lesson 75, the light has come. Because there's so much doom and gloom at the moment, isn't there? That it's just a refreshing change to read something. You know what? The light has come. The light has come. You know, if we can forgive the world and forgive the news and forgive everything that we kind of seeing going on around us, then we are part of the solution. So the prayer, Father, I come to you today to seek the peace that you alone can give. I come in silence, in the quiet of my heart, the deep recesses of my mind. I wait and listen for your voice. My Father, speak to me today. I come to hear your voice in silence and in certainty and love. Sure, you will hear my call and answer me. So we'll go into that silence with the thought, the light has come, I am healed, and I can heal. And I suggest that when your mind wanders, which it will, it is the nature of the mind to wander. Don't worry about that. Just realize you've wandered again and come back. That's the work of meditation, to keep coming back to what is. Back to center, back to the kingdom of heaven within, back to our true nature. The light has come. You are healed and you can heal. The light has come. You are saved and you can save. You are at peace and you bring peace with you wherever you go. Darkness and turmoil and death have disappeared. The light has come. Today we celebrate the happy ending to your long dream of disaster. There are no dark dreams now. The light has come. Today, the time of light begins for you and everyone. It is a new era in which a new world is born. The old one has left no trace upon it in its passing. Today, we see a different world because the light has come. So stay focused on that theme throughout the time of silence. The light has come. I am healed and I can heal. You're on mute, Dan.
Thank you. Okay, open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have approximately 16 minutes left for sharing your reflections and questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand or use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll take you off of mute. If you'd like to ask Terry a question or a comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out. Sarah.
Terry, thank you. Thank you for your meditation. In the last few weeks, I've gone through the most almighty personal crisis. Something happened which literally pulled the earth from under my feet and reduced me to the level of a demented chicken, quite frankly. I saw it as a spiritual path, and I asked Holy Spirit what I need to learn from it, and that there is a wealth of stuff coming. A big thing was that I have a difficulty receiving. I can give out to all and sundry, but I'm uncomfortable when something comes back. And I just wanted to say that I received the peace of God in your meditation this morning with immense gratitude. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, and for having the courage to share that. And you are a child of God, Sarah. You know, you're beloved. You know, you're held. And God's will for you is perfect happiness, as it is for us all. And, you know, a lesson may be in, okay, where did that message come from that I'm not worthy? Whose voice is in your head telling you that? You know, root it out, because it doesn't belong there, Sarah. You deserve blessings. Good on you, Sarah. Good on you.
Thanks, Terry.
Maggie, would you like to ask a question or comment?
I'd just like to say I'm so grateful for this morning's meditation. It was so comforting, Terry, and so inspiring. I just love the mantra, and that helps me in the day. Just saying that to help me remember that I don't have to control everything, and I can't control things because I have a compulsion to control and rescue, especially my daughter. And I've been working on that for the last few weeks. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you so much, Terry. It was just absolutely amazing, and I used it in the meditation because my wandering mind was wandering. Thank you, Terry.
Maggie, our minds do wander. It is the nature of the mind to wander. And, you know, let's just accept that. Let's take ourselves off the cross. Let's stop beating ourselves up. You know, I can't meditate. My mind never stops bloody. It's normal. It is normal. All of our minds are like that. But what we find is that with discipline, we don't have to go off on the wandering. When the thoughts come, it's our choice then whether to indulge in them or to focus on that which we are setting our attention upon. You know, it might be the course lesson for today, you know, and the light has come, for instance, or whatever you are focusing your mind upon, hold it fast. Stand sentry at the gateway of your mind. That's the discipline. That's the work that we have to do. And by God, the rewards come to us, you know. They really do. We're not then at the beck and call of whatever comes into our head. We don't have to flit off at the women of fancy. And it happened to every spiritual master. You know, if you go to the teachings of the Buddha, the night before he attained his liberation, he was tempted, so to speak. When you read the teachings, you know, and he was getting visions of all these wonderful women and blah, blah, blah. You go to the temptations of Jesus as well in the wilderness. It's the same story. It's a rite of passage, an initiation. And every time we meditate, we are going through that rite of passage. And it's our choice. It really is our choice whether we go off and wander and indulge or we don't. And in terms of the rescuing role, you know, a good analogy, you know, the chick in an egg, it's safe, it's warm, it's nourished. And yet instinctively, there comes a point in the chick's life, instinctively, it knows it's got to start to peck at the shell. To go into who knows what, it doesn't know what it's going into, because all it knows is the embryo, the safety, the cocoon of the eggshell. If we feel sorry for the chick and break the egg for it, we'll kill the chick, because the chick doesn't have the musculature that it needs. So it's the process of pecking that strengthens it, you know, so that when it's outside of the shell, it's strong enough to walk and to do what it needs to do. But you mean well, Maggie. We all mean well.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry.
That's beautiful. Okay, I have a comment in chat. Thank you, Terry. Wonderful, clear, and so apt. I'm under no laws but God's. John, would you like to have a comment or question?
Yeah, thank you, Dan. Yeah, Terry, thank you. That was magnificent at many levels. First of all, I absolutely love hearing your voice. I don't know what it is. My first experience of freedom from my family was in the northeast of England, and I fell in love with the accent. I used to even start talking like them in order to try and fit in, you know, so it's very beautiful. And I loved all your philosophy and everything. And the other thing I love is that you have such a wisdom, and also what I feel all the time is, my goodness me, humor and a smile is so close to those thoughts at every time. And I think that's essential, especially in these times we're in, you know, humor and a laugh and a smile does everything. And the wisdom, and when you spoke to, her name now, Maggie there, about the chick and the egg, I thought, hey, I want you to go talk to my first wife, because we have a daughter together who's 48. and I get attempted to drag me into what you're saying and breaking the egg, and I don't believe in it. So that was wonderful. So I'd like to get a little clip of what you said then. I think send it off. But it was beautiful, and the the light has come was beautiful as well. Brings me right back, because my head can go right in. You know, I'm into all sorts of stuff. So thank you so much. It's always a joy to hear from you.
Thank you, John. Very kind words indeed. Thank you.
David, would you like to have a comment? Hold on, you have to take yourself off.
Unmute. Hi, yeah. Thank you, Terry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. That was my comment about I'm under no laws but God's. Someone said to me, he'd been going through a rough time at the beginning of lockdown, but he said life on life's terms. And I said, I'm going to write a song about that, because yes, that is true. And then I linked it with that line from the lesson number 76, I think, I'm under no laws but God's. Because I'm trying to find a balance between what's going on and what I think is right for me, along with the course. And I'd like you to hear the song, Terry. So if you could, would you be up for giving Dan your details and I can let you hear it?
Oh yeah, Dave. David, that would be great. I play guitar myself.
I know you do, yeah.
So
Yeah.
that would be brilliant. Absolutely
Okay, so
brilliant.
if you could give Dan your details or something, I'll send it to you.
Excellent.
Yeah. And
Thank
bless
you,
you, Terry.
David.
That was beautiful and so clear, and I love your voice. It's
Right.
so soothing.
Good on you, David. Good on you.
Yeah.
Jan, would you like to say something?
Hi.
Great.
Yeah, it was very profound, Terry. I found it very sacred, actually, and I was so grateful for that, because I've really found it very hard since we've been sort of in this, well, it still feels a continuous lockdown, to actually, you know, I love chanting and I love sitting in churches. I love that sort of sacredness. I love the sacredness, and have really missed it. And I really found that in your meditation. So I'm really grateful for that. And it's actually given me a bit of a push to go out and find that, because I'm sure it is. I'm sure Mantra Lounge is happening and the Krishna thing, and I'm sure churches are open. So that's a bit of a push for me. And I love the thing about the chick. That was such a gift. Thank you very much. I love that. That, you know, this chick really needs to go through that sort of motion of that must, you know, to build up that strength. Thank you. And I too love your accent. So it was great, but it was all so lovely. And I just love your smile and, you know, the simplicity, your enthusiasm, and it's great. Joy. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. I love the word enthusiasm, you know, because it comes from the Greek on theos, and it means God is within. So I'm not going to minimize the suffering around the world, and all of us, each in our own way, are experiencing that to some degree or other. Of course we are. And wouldn't it be great if, when this is over, we can all get together and have a bloody good party, a shindig, get the guitars out, you know, and just have a dance and a laugh and a joke and you know, hug each other. It'll be great. But we can't at the moment, but we can connect like we are. And isn't it great that when we all meditate together, we meet each other at a much deeper place? Ultimately, we're only one mind. There's only one mind, isn't it? It's the cosmic Christ. And we're all different aspects of that one mind. So when we come together like we are, you know, with this miracle network every Wednesday morning, we are reinforcing that connection for each other. And we're also becoming a part of the solution through this crisis. It's like a contemplative response to the crisis that's going on around the world. And because we're all linked in consciousness, it only needs a relatively small percentage of any given population to lift the vibration and to hold the light. And when we meditate in a community like we are, that is exactly what we are doing. Let's not underestimate the power of that. We are doing that.
Thank you. Anyone have a question or comment? Dennis, did you put your hand up? Yay. There you go.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. It reminded me of what came first, the chicken or the egg. I think there's a lot of fear about at the moment, and fear multiplies by the amount of attention you give it. And as FDR said, and other people are starting to quote it now, there's nothing to fear but fear itself. And I think our job is this time is to let go of that fear. Regards to meditation, I've been meditating now since the 70s. Before, I used to say my prayers and it used to go like this: Our Father which art in heaven. He's got a nice new car down there. I wouldn't mind one of those. Our Father which art in heaven. I wouldn't mind playing with her instead of my dinky toys. Our Father which art in heaven, and it went like that. I found later on, I learned to meditate from a Brunton book. And there were two things: giving attention to the breath and breathing through one nostril, holding and out the other side and back again. And I found that helpful. Later on, I met Linda down at a study group, which included TM and other things in the 80s. And they gave us a mantra, and I just couldn't get on with it. I kept saying, rum, 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 rum. And it was like having an ache in your leg trying to meditate on it. You scratch it and then it's gone. Thank you, Terry, for that reminder.
Thank you.
Dennis, you're a good man, and I'm still smiling inside at that thought that you shared the other week about making love with your wife, and it was just classic you. You've got a cheeky grin, and I love that energy about you. Good on you, Dennis. Can I leave you with the story?
Yeah.
Is that all right? It's a true story. 20 years ago, I was teaching Tai Chi in Ireland, and I'd done a demonstration on the stage at the big Mind Body Spirit Festival down in Cork, and came off the stage, people were clapping and whatever, and we had a stand, and it was recruiting students, you know, to join the academy. I was alongside of Jason Chan, you know Jason, although Jason wasn't there that weekend. I was part of his academy. I was one of his first teachers. Anyway, this Irish fella came up to us, and he looked me in the eye and he said, "Oh, you think you're clever now with all your fancy moves, but can you walk on the water like your man could?" And I looked at him and I thought, he's winding me up. And no, he wasn't. He was deadly serious. And then I said, "Well, no, I can't walk on the water." So a smug smile came to his face and he said, "When you can walk on the water, come back and talk to us." And then he walked off into the crowd. And I'm stood there thinking, what the hell was that about? That night, I was in a log cabin in the grounds of where I was staying on the outskirts of Cork. It was an old Catholic convent. And I picked up a book off the shelf, and I'm sat in bed reading this book, and it was Thich Nhat Hanh, Being Peace, you know, the Vietnamese Buddhist teacher. Bless him, he's not very well at the moment. Anyway, I opened the book, and it was incredible. There on the first page, I'm reading Thich Nhat Hanh's words. Why do we waste our time trying to perform miracles like walking on the water, when the real miracle is learning to walk on God's green earth with presence?
Wow.
You know, and it just hit me as I'm laying in my bed. The whole thing had been set up like a lesson for me to learn presence. And meditation, as I understand it, is the practice of the presence of God. If God is the sacrament of the present moment, then I'm going to miss it if I'm worrying about what might happen in the future. I've got hang-ups about what's happened in the past. I miss what is. So all of our practice entrains us to be able to be more present in the here and now. And A Course in Miracles is a wonderful way of doing just that and aligning us with the truth.
Wonderful. Thank you, Terry. Okay, we've come to the end of our meditation. Take yourself off of mute and thank Terry for a wonderful morning.
Thank you, Terry. And I like the 3 Ds. Love to everybody.
Terry,
Bye.
Terry,
Bye.
Terry for being
Bye.
here.
Bye. Thank you,
Getting
Terry.
to number 10.